The Purpose-Driven Life. Thank you, honey. I've heard about this book.
If I know you, and I think I do, you're gonna love it.
It has changed your life in a positive way.
Well, that would be a welcome turn of events.
Grandma, I know you miss Lily. But you can be sure she's looking down on you right now, hoping you'll get that spark back.
It's just that Lily and I have been treating each other to birthday dinner for more years than I care to remember. Now that she's gone. Anyway, I want to thank the two of you for filling in for her.
It's our pleasure. And we miss Lily, too.
Now, Lucy, I have something for you.
What's this? The birthday girl's supposed to be the givee, not the giver.
It's something I want you to have. I've been thinking about my own mortality lately. None of us are going to live forever. So?
Oh, Grandma. Your jewelry box. You know I love this.
I've had that thing since I was a little girl, but it's just been packed away for years. I was going to leave it to you someday anyway, so I figured I might as well give it to you while I can watch you enjoy it.
Thank you. I really do love it.
Oh.
It was very sweet the way Alice wanted Lucy to have it now instead of waiting till she was gone. You could see it meant a lot to her.
I love it when things are passed down from generation to generation. It's so...
Secondhand. Of course, I jest. The Lelands have passed things down for centuries.
Only in your case, it's more along the lines of estates, homes in the country, that kind of thing.
True, but the jewelry box is nice, too.
Too bad a little unpretentiousness didn't make its way to your generation.
I think we actually had that choice, but opted for the mansions.
Looks like you got a false bottom here, Luce. Hey, some sort of secret compartment. Whoa!
Wow. If this were a movie, it would be a treasure map.
These are love letters, dated 1952.
From your grandfather to your grandmother. Okay, it's officially impossible for this to get any better.
Well, they're to Alice, who is my grandmother, but they're from somebody named Oscar, who's not my grandfather. My grandfather's name was Joseph. I have no idea who Oscar is.
Much as I hate breaking up this scintillating conversation, there was a heist last night at City Central Savings in Arlington. I need somebody on it right away.
Sorry, Luce. Looks like the next episode of The Old and the Rested will have to wait.
If I live to be 100 and never see the 7 wonders, that'll be alright. Should my tender heart be broken, I will cry those teardrops knowing I will be just fine. 'Cause nothing changes who I am. I am Rosemary's granddaughter, the spitting image of my father. And when the day is done, my mama's still my biggest fan. Sometimes I'm clueless and I'm clumsy, but I got friends that love me, and they know just where I stand. It's all a part of me, and that's who I am. That's who I am.
Gabriella, this is a new car. You don't get rid of it just because it won't start. Yes, honey, I'm sending someone right away. All right, goodbye. Verlaine, my daughter's car stalled again. Please, have someone pick her up at school and then have the dealership come pick up the car. Make sure they fix it for real this time. Sorry about that. $60,000 doesn't buy what it used to. I don't remember life being this tough when I was 18. But when I tell my daughter that, she says those were the old days. Things are more complicated now.
Well, she's right about that. Things are certainly more complicated. Mr. Osmond and I'm Jack Hudson, Sue Thomas, Miles Leland. We're with the F.B.Eye.
Yes, I've been expecting you.
What can you tell us about the burglary?
In some ways, they were pretty smart.
How do you mean?
Well, they did an admirable job of disabling the alarm system. And they didn't get greedy. They didn't even try to break into the vault. If they had, they would have set off another whole set of alarms. Just took the cash from the ATMs. Still, got about $75,000.
And what about the surveillance cameras? They must have picked up something.
Showed a guy wearing a ski mask right up to the point where he spray painted the cameras.
Any other identifying features?
Had on a heavy coat, but you could still see he was pretty well built, like a weightlifter, big shoulders. There's something else you should know. We were hit about 4 years ago, too. There were a lot of similarities, and that time the surveillance cameras caught him, though he wasn't wearing a mask.
Who did it the first time?
A man by the name of Willie Watson. Got 5 years, so he wouldn't be out yet.
With good behavior, he could have gotten out in 4 years. Certainly worth looking into.
Well, if it is the same guy, at least his prison time was well spent. He had 4 years to figure out he should cover his face next time.
I've gone over the tapes, and there was no lip movement whatsoever. The guy wasn't saying anything to anyone.
Right here is where he sprays this particular camera. Now, if I back it up a bit, the clock says 10:47 right before it gets painted over.
We've also got some more information on the guy who burgled the place 4 years ago. Bobby?
Mr. Willie Watson was indeed released from prison early for good behavior. 3 weeks ago, to be precise.
They say timing is everything.
It wouldn't be too bright to hit the same bank again. 3 weeks after getting out of prison for robbing it the first time.
Well, fortunately for ne'er-do-wells, a high intelligence quotient is not an occupational requirement.
Not to mention this particular ne'er-do-well's the only suspect we've got.
And thanks to Willie's probation officer, we happen to have an address. I believe that's our boy.
Boy Watson!
Who wants to know?
F.B.Eye. Like to ask you a few questions.
I'm out. I'm clean. I'm a good boy, okay?
Good. Now, if the other Boy Scouts in your troop will attest to that, you've got nothing to worry about, mate.
Can you verify where you were last night between 10 and midnight?
I was around.
Can you be a little more specific?
I was at home. In my apartment.
Anybody who can vouch for that?
Yeah, Rosie. She was with me.
Is that right, Rosie?
That's right. We were here all night.
Anybody else see you here?
What? You don't believe me? My word's not good enough?
Even though we have no reason to suspect you're anything but a paragon of truth and virtue, it's always comforting for us to know that there's someone else who can corroborate.
Well, we weren't exactly having an open house.
As far as I know, hanging out with my lady is not in violation of my parole. So if you gentlemen will excuse us.
Is it just me, or does anybody else get the feeling that Rosie might lie for him before you can say prime suspect?
Let's put surveillance on him.
Well, this is a pleasant surprise. I didn't expect to see you two again so soon.
Graham, we stopped by because there was something in that jewelry box that I don't think you wanted me to have, and I think I should give it back.
What is it?
Love letters. Written to you by someone named Oscar.
My heavens.
So Oscar Jackson was your first love, so to speak?
That's exactly who he was.
He must have been pretty important to you to keep all his letters.
Oh, he was. Lucy, honey, one thing I want to make very clear. This was all before I met your grandfather, and I definitely married the right man, and we had a great life together. But Oscar was very important to me. But we were also very young.
Whatever happened to him?
It was during the Korean War. Oscar and I were high school sweethearts, you might say. Then after graduation, he enlisted in the army and had to go to Korea. When you're so far away from each other for so long and there's a war going on, it's hard. About that time, Oscar and I lost touch. But hey, life goes on. Land sakes, look at the time. You know I gotta get up kind of early. Tomorrow's my day to do volunteer work at the church.
It's late. Tomorrow's a school day.
I know. Come look at this picture.
Nice-looking couple.
My grandma and grandpa when they were about our age. Funny, I just never pictured her with anybody but him. You know, Gram's been feeling so alone. Reconnecting with someone from her past just might perk her up some.
You suppose we could find him?
We do work for the FBI.
Count me in.
Great. And Operation Oscar is officially underway. Hey, what do you think, Jack? How would you feel if an old flame looked you up 50 years from now?
Well, if it were someone who meant a lot to me, I wouldn't care how long it had been. I'd look forward to seeing him again.
I'm not sure how I'd feel.
Not that you will ever have to worry about it, mate.
I can't tell you how much I love SOG.
Well, they speak very highly of you, too.
What's up?
Our crack surveillance team has come back with some very interesting information on Willie Watson.
Sorry you wasted your trip over, but Willie's not here.
We know. We came to see you.
Well, under normal conditions, a statement like that coming from a couple of guys like you would be at least somewhat welcome.
Where's Willie?
He got up early, probably went out to get a paper or breakfast or something.
Truth is, he didn't come home last night, isn't that right?
No, he was here until about an hour ago.
Save it. We know where he was. But we were wondering if you could tell us who this is with him. You want to see more?
2 tons.
We just wondered if after seeing these pictures, you might possibly want to rethink where you were the night that bank we mentioned to you earlier was hit.
Thought we'd give you a second chance. We figured you might not want to get in trouble with the FBI over a guy who's cheating on you.
I can tell you where I wasn't. I wasn't with Willie. He just made that excuse up on the spot, and I went along with him to try and protect him.
Do you have any idea where he really was?
No. Probably ask her.
I don't know how many ways I have to say this. I didn't rob that bank.
Then tell us where you really were that night.
Why do I have to say it again?
Because we like to compare versions and, you know, sort of marvel at the inconsistencies.
I was with Melissa, the girl in your pictures. But I couldn't exactly say that to Rosie, now could I?
And if we bring Melissa in here, she'll swear to that, right?
Well, see, it gets a little sticky there. Now, she's got an old man that doesn't know about me, and she wants to keep it that way.
Jack, Bobby, see you a minute.
No worries, deal crack, mate. Just a matter of time.
I don't think he did it. Another bank was hit last night. Same MO. We had surveillance on Willie all night. We know he didn't do that one. And this time there was a security guard on duty. He was beat up pretty bad, but he was able to tell us there was at least 3 of them.
Don't you just love it when good things happen to bad people?
Especially when it means there are now 3 bank robbers on the loose, and he's not one of them.
I came out of the back, and I saw 2 people standing there wearing ski masks. Don't think that won't get your heart pumping.
What'd you do?
I pulled my gun and yelled at them to halt. I remember noticing they had on big, heavy coats, and they looked like bodybuilders or something, you know, big shoulders. And then, bam, somebody hit me over the head. My gun went flying out of my hand, and it staggered me, but I was able to grab a hold of the guy that hit me, got a hold of his coat, and I pulled on it, and that's when I realized he wasn't a bodybuilder at all. He was wearing football shoulder pads under his coat. Weird, huh? Who wears shoulder pads to rob a bank?
Somebody who wants to look like a bodybuilder, but isn't.
We've checked with sporting goods retailers and wholesalers in the area, and most of their football equipment sales, including shoulder pads, are to schools or football club teams, and they're usually sold in larger volumes.
I have some good news.
Tell me it has something to do with shoulder pads and I'm interested.
Sorry, it doesn't. I've got an Operation Oscar progress report. You can tell your grandmother that Oscar Jackson is still very much alive and living right here in the district, 8417 Clark Street. And an interesting side note, for the past 8 years, he's been a widower.
We really are the best law enforcement organization in the world, aren't we?
We'd be even better if we could track down some shoulder pads.
We'll keep working on it. You know what I'm thinking?
that after work, we should make a visit to 8417 Clark Street.
Hi. Are you Oscar Jackson?
Yes?
My name is Lucy Dotson. I think you may have known my grandmother. Her name was Alice White.
Your day's going along, uneventful, just like any other day. Then there's a knock on your door. And suddenly you're 19 years old again.
I was surprised, too. But my grandma kept your letters all this time. Obviously, you meant something to each other.
You did. We were both so young back then. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about Alice over the years.
He was very nice, and he said he'd very much like to see Alice again.
So we're gonna try and set up a meeting. I haven't told her yet, but I think she's gonna be blown away.
What?
Hey, I think it's great, but it's gotta be a woman thing. You can't help but play matchmaker.
It's not matchmaking. They already know each other.
They used to know each other.
And now they'll know each other again.
Thanks to you two matchmakers.
Well, sometimes two people who are perfect for each other just need a little help to get together. Even if they already know each other.
Jack, I've got something to show you. This is the surveillance footage from the second bank heist. See there on the shoulder pads, it says property of B.R. something.
Could work. Probably a high school or college or something.
Well, there are no colleges that start with B.R., but there are 3 high schools. Brookside, Bridgeport, and Bradley School for Girls. Bradley doesn't have football, but Brookside and Bridgeport do.
After you called, I came to Coach Jenkins and we did an inventory of the football equipment. As it turns out, we are short 3 sets of shoulder pads.
You guys are good. We had no idea they were even missing. What's this all about anyway?
We have reason to believe that those shoulder pads may have been used in a bank heist. We just need to know if you have any idea who may have taken the pads.
No idea.
Who besides you would have access to the football equipment?
And the only other person with a key would be the student equipment manager, Larry Bloomster.
I'd find it hard to believe he'd be involved in anything like you're describing. In 8 years of coaching, he's the best student equipment manager I've ever had.
We'd still like to talk to him.
Of course.
Who would believe? First time I ever do anything like this, I get caught.
What exactly did you do?
These 3 girls asked me if they could borrow 3 sets of shoulder pads. They said they needed it for some skit or something. I knew I shouldn't have done it.
Why did you do it?
There are 3 things I'm not. Rich, popular, or particularly hot. Doesn't exactly make me the first stop on the girls' checklist. I just figured this was an opportunity to make an impression, I guess. I thought, what can it hurt? Won't need him till next fall. I didn't know the school was gonna call in the F.B.Eye.
Where are the shoulder pads now?
Well, that's the thing. They promised they'd give them back as soon as they were done, but they haven't yet.
We need the names of the girls you gave the shoulder pads to.
Yeah, it's Megan McDaniel, Heather Davis, and Gabby Osmondson.
Did you say Gabby Osmondson, as in her father is the president of the city's central bank?
Yeah, she's the one I was hoping to make some points with.
You know her?
We know her father.
Let's just say we're a little surprised that her name would come up in this conversation.
Gabriella Osmondson, senior at Bridgeport High School, a student, member of the Honor Society, Drama Club, Swing Choir, and yes, her father is Benton Osmondson, president of City Central Bank. Megan McDaniel, also a senior at Bridgeport, cheerleader, yearbook staff, swim team, member of the Honor Society. father is an insurance company executive. Heather Davis, another senior at Bridgeport, Honor Society, concert band. Her father is a heart surgeon at St. Michael's, and her mother is an advertising executive. Obviously, all three girls come from well-to-do families. Apparently, they've been best friends for several years.
Seems like an unlikely group of bank robbers.
What do you get for the girl who has everything? Perhaps the thrill of pulling off your very own bank job.
Is anybody really that stupid?
There's only one way to find out. Let's go see what they have to say.
You can't really think that my daughter is in any way related to my bank being robbed.
We're not suggesting anything, but your daughter's name did come up in our investigation, so we're following that up.
Someone is out there robbing banks, and the FBI is wasting its time investigating high school girls?
We just have a few questions we'd like to ask her.
You wanted to see me, Daddy?
Gabby, hi. These folks are from the FBI, and they want to ask you a couple of questions.
But we'd like to ask you about the football shoulder pads that you and your friends borrowed from the athletic department at Bridgeport High School.
Sorry, I'm not really following. Is that some sort of F.B.Eye speak or something?
We were told you and two of your friends had asked someone to get them for you.
You can't be serious. I mean, what would I be doing with football equipment?
So you don't know anything about any football pads?
I'm a cheerleader. We don't wear football pads. The football players wear them. Wait. Am I being punked?
No, Megan, you're not being punked. We're real FBI agents, and these are real questions. Can you tell us where you were on Sunday night?
Megan and I were at Gabby's house. This is so random. FBI agents asking about football shoulder pads.
Heather, how late were you and Megan at Gabby's house on Sunday?
Like, the whole night.
Like the whole night, or actually the whole night?
The whole night. We had a sleepover.
I can vouch for that. My wife can, too.
What about Monday night? Gabby, Megan, and I had this huge project for government class due on Tuesday. We were working on it at Megan's house.
We sort of let it slide to the last minute. We were up, like, really late trying to finish it.
Were Megan's parents home?
Not until late, but we were still working on it by the time they got home.
Gabby, do you know a student at Bridgeport High School named Larry Bloomster?
Yeah. Well, I don't know him, but I know who he is.
Larry Bloomster is a loser and a geek. Ask anyone.
Well, why would he say this if it wasn't true?
Hello? I just said he was a loser and a geek.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. It's gotta be because of Gabby. Larry's had this huge crush on her for, like, forever, but he knows he has no chance with her. So now he's making up stories to try to get attention from her. How desperate is that? Unless... Are you sure I'm not being punked?
Larry asked Gabby out last week, and she turned him down, which shouldn't have been a big surprise. It's not like she let him on. I mean, she wasn't mean to him or anything, but she used to say hi to him in the hallway sometimes until it was like he took hi to mean I like you, when all she really meant was hi. That is such a guy thing. Guys think girls do that, but guys do it way more. So Larry asked Gabby out, and she turned him down.
Gabby won't go out with him. He knows Heather and I are best friends, and he's trying to get the three of us in trouble. What's that about?
He's like the stalker guy. I mean, he's everywhere I go. It's creepy. I even thought about asking for one of those restraining orders or something.
I think we're getting a clearer picture of what's going on here. You know how kids are. They get jealous, so they target the popular kids. That's all this is.
Gabby Osmondson is either a very good liar or she's, like, telling the truth.
Megan McDaniel and Heather's parents verified the girls were at a sleepover at Gabby's on Sunday night and that they worked on a class project until late Monday night.
We also checked with the government teacher. They did have a class project due on Tuesday, and they did turn it in first thing that morning.
Maybe what they're saying about Larry is true. Could be he holds a grudge. They're rich, they're attractive, they're popular. It's not to hate.
Spoken like a true member of the geek squad. I, however, was a card-carrying member of the rich, attractive, and popular set. I knew what it was to be loathed.
Still do, I suspect.
Whatever these girls may be, they don't seem like bank robbers.
But we still have 3 sets of missing shoulder pads. That turned up in a bank that was being robbed.
Maybe it's time to go back to the last person we know who actually saw said shoulder pads.
They're lying. I swear, they came to me and asked to borrow the shoulder pads. And if I was gonna make up some lie about them, why would I make up that?
Because the shoulder pads were used in a bank robbery.
Wait a minute. You don't think that I had anything to do with any bank robbery?
Oh, we don't know yet.
Well, it wasn't me.
We were told you asked Gabby out and that she said no.
I loaned them the shoulder pads, and then I did ask her out. I figured if I was ever gonna do it, I'd never get a better time.
Nobody likes to get turned down. That probably made you a little upset.
No, I wasn't upset at all. She didn't exactly say yes, but she didn't say no either. She kind of left the door open. Do you know how big a deal it is for a guy like me to get a maybe from a girl like Gabby?
Larry, where were you Sunday night?
I was at a concert with my friend, Marcia.
What concert?
The Saltwater Cowboys.
When was it over?
About 10 or 10:30, I guess.
What did you do then?
Marcia had to go home, so I went home too.
What about Monday night?
Oh, Monday I was just chilling, playing video games at home.
Can anybody vouch for the fact that you were home Monday night?
My mom was home, I guess, but I pretty much stay in my room and she pretty much stays out of my room.
Did you tell anybody else about giving the shoulder pads to the girls?
I mentioned it to Marcia, the girl I went to the concert with.
Yeah, he told me about it. He thought it would endear Gabby to him and maybe she would go out with him. I told him he was dreaming. She doesn't care about him. None of that group cares about anybody but themselves. They just look down their noses at the rest of us. I told him that Gabby and her friends were just using me.
Did you happen to see Larry give the girls the shoulder pads?
No, but he told me about it. He was all excited. It was pitiful.
What did you do after the concert on Sunday night?
Just went home.
Do you know what time?
Around 10:30.
So you didn't see Larry after that?
No, as far as I know, he just went home too. I have to get to class.
Oh, that's fine. Thank you.
Not that I don't appreciate it. Lord knows I do, but I don't want you two to feel that you have to come and check up on me every other night.
We're not checking up on you.
We have a surprise for you.
You get to be my age, you're not sure you want too many more surprises.
This one I think you'll like.
You know those old love letters that were in the jewelry box that you gave me? The ones from Oscar Jackson. Well, what would you say if we told you that we were able to track down that same Oscar Jackson, and he lives not 20 minutes from here?
I'd say that there are some things that you shouldn't stick your noses into, and this is one of them.
Graham, I don't understand. We thought this would be good news.
We talked to him, Alice. He wants to see you.
I didn't ask you to go find anyone on my account. I'm not interested in seeing him.
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? He broke her heart. She doesn't want to have to relive that again.
Well, what makes you so sure of that?
Because that's the way things are in the world of amore. Whether it's merely too embarrassing to face the man who once rejected her, or whether she honestly thinks it will be too painful to see him again, believe you me, that's the reason.
It was over 50 years ago. It's not like she hasn't had time to get over it.
But those feelings of rejection never totally leave us. Case in point, Catherine Proctor from my 7th grade biology class. Asked her to go to the Valentine's Day dance with me. She turned me down. From that moment, my goal in life became never to see her again.
That must have been a little difficult if she was in your biology class.
No, actually, it was a private school, and the science building was called Leland Hall after my grandfather. I had her expelled from school.
You didn't?
Of course not. Just kidding. No, that would have been ridiculously vindictive of me. Still, she was my first love, and she rejected me. I felt I had to do something, so I simply had her transferred to a different biology class.
Just got a call from the principal at Bridgeport High School. Found the missing shoulder pads.
I'm afraid we have some rather disturbing news. Coach?
I was walking to my car in the parking lot, and I happened to pass by Larry Bloomster's car. He was getting something out of his trunk, so he didn't see me. But I could see into his trunk.
I loaned them to Gabby and her friends. They must have put them in my trunk.
How'd they do that, Larry? Did you lend them your keys?
No, I don't know how they got in my trunk. I just know I didn't do it.
You're gonna have to come up with something new to add to your story to convince us of that, Larry. Why don't you come with us and we'll talk about it?
If he did rob Brother's bank, who were his accomplices?
Maybe his friend Marcia? They are each other's alibi. You're not convinced he's our guy?
I don't know. He doesn't strike me as that kind of liar. Sorry to call you at home. I hope I didn't interrupt anything important.
I was trying to decide which frozen entree to pop into the microwave. Chipped beef on toast, turkey meatloaf dinner with the fake mashed potatoes. You called in the nick of time. What's up?
I was going over surveillance tapes on Gabby, Heather, and Megan.
What a surprise.
And I think there's something you should see. It doesn't prove anything, but I found it very interesting. I think you will too. Here are our 3 girls. Here comes Coach Jenkins. Nothing unusual so far, but watch.
Not the normal student-teacher relationship we had when I was in school. It was Coach Jenkins who told us he saw the shoulder pads in Larry's trunk. Maybe he knew that because he put them there.
Which makes one also wonder if he was somehow involved in the bank heist.
Proving it could be a whole nother matter.
I don't know about you, but from my experience, nothing stresses a person out more than homework. Not the best way to start a day.
Well, it's not so bad with a cup of coffee to wake me up.
Too much going on at night, I guess.
Look, I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I'm pretty sure it was a shot of some kind.
Let's just say I don't think Larry's the one who's lying about the shoulder pads. I think it's you and Megan and Heather. I just wanted you to know it's only a matter of time before we prove it.
How'd it go?
I could get used to this bad cop role. I say we move on to step number 2.
Sorry to interrupt. We need to see Megan McDaniel for a minute.
You guys, I already answered these questions once for you.
We know. We'd just like to, hear you answer them again.
Coach Jenkins, you've got mail.
So what did the FBI want? Nothing new. Same basic questions as before. And you gave them the same answers? I think I did.
I thought this was over. I thought Larry was gonna get the blame.
So why do they still ask these questions? What's that about? I don't like it. Look, don't be so lame, okay? Just stick to our story, and there's no way they can prove we had the shoulder pads.
Or that we were ever inside those banks.
True confessions for 100, Alex? Who just admitted to, robbing her daddy's bank?
We can't use it.
What?
We can't use it. She was covering her mouth with her hand.
But I could clearly read her lips. I'm sure that's what she said.
By covering her mouth, she had the right to assume that this was a private conversation. Be the same as if we saw her through a closed blind in her own house.
You're kidding.
I'm a kidder, but not about something like this.
Hold on, wait a minute. Company has arrived.
The coach wants to know what's going on. Gabby said Megan is I think she used the word freaking out that the FBI is still asking questions.
They're fishing. If they had anything, they wouldn't be coming around and asking us the same old questions.
We thought they wouldn't find out about the shoulder pads either, but they did.
We've gone over this. That's why you went to Larry to get the pads. To set him up in case something like this happened. Trust me, there's no way they can pin anything on us.
That's easy for you to say. You're not the one they're after. Now maybe I know why you didn't go to those banks with us.
I didn't go into those banks because that wasn't my job. I plan, you execute, everybody wins, as long as everybody shuts up. Deal with her before she blows the whole thing.
I believe somewhere in there we hit the daily double. I saw no hand trying to cover any mouth.
Let's bring him in.
You guys are getting very close to stalking.
Well, I think they're at least into harassment. Maybe it's time to find out what my lawyer thinks.
I guess you could say one person's harasser is another person's arrester.
That would make you the arrestees. Unfortunately, the penalty for bank robbery is rather more than for talking in class without raising your hands. Let's go.
Did I ever tell you fraternizing with your students can get you into trouble? Especially when it involves a felony like robbing banks. Are you accusing me of something? Actually, I'm arresting you for something. Now, if you'd be so kind as to put your hands behind your back, this will all go smoothly.
Please, tell me you're not going to proceed with the full prosecution of these girls.
Actually, that's not up to us. It's up to the assistant U.S. attorney. We just bring the people who committed the crime.
Look, you got to do something. Do you realize you could ruin these girls' lives?
If their lives are ruined, they did it themselves. And it happened long before I came on the scene. On the other hand, maybe their lives have just been saved.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous about seeing Alice after all these years. I'm also anxious. You've given an old man something to look forward to. That doesn't happen much these days.
I'm afraid we may have jumped the gun a bit. I thought it was a good idea too, but unfortunately my grandmother doesn't. I guess she was more affected by your breaking off the relationship than I realized.
I'm afraid you've got that backwards. I didn't break it off. Alice did.
But she said that when you went to Korea, you just stopped writing.
I did, because that's what she wanted.
Are you sure? Because that's not the way she remembers it.
Very sure. Hi, Alice.
Hello, Oscar.
Seems there was a lot of confusion over what happened all those years ago for the both of you. And Sue and I figured it's not too late to set the record straight.
When I got my orders to deploy to Korea, I had a 24-hour leave just before shipping out. I sent you a letter asking you to meet me at the Rialto Club. I waited for you all day, but you never showed up. I called several times, but there was no answer. That was before answering machines and voicemail.
I never got that letter.
She kept all your letters. I read every single one of them, and the letter asking you to meet her wasn't there.
1,000 different things went through my mind. That was never one of them. I knew your parents thought we were too young and too serious. I figured maybe they'd gotten to you, convinced you that you shouldn't be sitting at home waiting for a guy who may never come back.
because I never got another letter after that, I thought that was your way of ending it.
I stopped writing because I didn't want to put you through more than you were already going through.
So, all these years, I thought it was you and you thought it was me. The good Lord does work in mysterious ways.
And now he's brought you back together.
At the perfect time.
My dad say, Alice, you look just as beautiful as you did 53 years ago.
Either your eyes are completely gone, or your memory is, or maybe both. I appreciate the compliment just the same.
So tell me, what have you been doing with yourself for 53 years?
Well, I hope you don't have any place you have to be, because this could take a while.
You can't think of a better way to spend my time.
I love a story with a happy ending. Never gets old.
It's like one of those things that you see in a movie that you think is too sad and ironic to have ever happened in real life.
It just goes to show how delicate the fabric of life is. Misunderstanding here, a failed communication there, all very tenuous. One can make a simple decision that can end up haunting one for the rest of one's life. Poor Catherine Proctor.
The bird from the 7th grade. For such a well-balanced bloke, you seem to spend a lot of time obsessing over some girl who wouldn't go to a dance with you.
Not at all. I'd simply like to run into her one day, so that she might see that she missed not only the boat, but the entire fleet when she rebuffed my request on that fateful Valentine's Day all those years ago.
I think she may have learned all she needed to know about you when you had her transferred out of biology class.
At 2, Jack? Surely even you must have been traumatized by the rejection of a female at some point in your life.
Only once. By Sue. But we were undercover then, and we were pretending to be married, so it didn't really count.
We may have been pretending to be married, but the rejection part was real.
Oh, exceptional shot, Thomas. If I had a hat, it would be off to you. Mark this as the day that Sir Jack experienced the true suffering of rejection.
Okay, you've had your fun. Time to get back to saving the country from bad guys.
Classic case of avoidance, changing the subject to avoid pain.
I'm sorry if I hurt you, but I hope, if it's okay with you, can we still at least be friends?
Give her time. They always come crawling back.